I have seen the suffering of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries. I will rescue them, and you, Moses, will lead them out to a land flowing with milk and honey.
Far away in the land of Midian, Moses had been living a quiet life for 40 years. He was no longer a prince of Egypt. He was a shepherd. Every day he walked across dry hills, guiding sheep, feeling the hot sun on his face and the wind brushing across the desert. One day, near Mount Sinai, something strange caught his eye. A thorn bush was on fire, but it was not burning up. The flames danced, the branches glowed, yet the bush stayed whole. Curious, Moses stepped closer. Then he heard his name.
Moses, Moses.
The voice came from inside the fire. Moses froze. Here I am.
Do not come any closer. Take off your sandals, because the place where you are standing is holy ground.
It was God speaking to him.
I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob.
Moses quickly removed his sandals and covered his face. He was afraid to look at God's glory. God said,
I have seen the suffering of my people in Egypt. I have heard their cries. I will rescue them, and you, Moses, will lead them out to a land flowing with milk and honey.
Moses' heart must have pounded. Lead them. He had been gone from Egypt for 40 years. He asked softly, When I go to the Israelites and they ask, Who sent you? What should I say?
I will become what I choose to become. Tell them that Jehovah, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent you.
God was revealing his personal name, Jehovah. By telling Moses his name, God wanted his people to know him personally and to use his name. Still, Moses felt unsure. What if they don't believe me?
Throw your shepherd's staff on the ground.
It became a snake. Moses jumped back.
Grab it by the tail.
When Moses picked it up, it turned back into a staff.
This sign will show them that I sent you.
But Moses had another worry. I am not a good speaker.
I will be with your mouth. I will teach you what to say, and your brother Aaron will help you.
Now Moses understood. He would not be alone. So Moses took his wife Zipporah and his sons, gathered his staff, and began the long journey back to Egypt, back to the place he once ran from. When Moses and Aaron stood before Pharaoh, they gave God's message clearly.
Jehovah says, Let my people go, so that they may worship me in the wilderness.
Pharaoh's face hardened.
Who is Jehovah? I do not know Jehovah, and I will not let Israel go.
Instead of freedom, Pharaoh made the Israelites work even harder. More bricks, no straw provided, more suffering. But God was about to show Egypt who he truly was. God told Moses to meet Pharaoh by the Nile River early in the morning. As Pharaoh stood proudly by the water, Aaron lifted his staff and struck the Nile. Instantly, the river turned to blood. The water became red. The fish died. The river smelled terrible. There was no clean water to drink. All the water in Egypt, even in jars and bowls, turned to blood. Yet Pharaoh's heart remained stubborn. He refused. 7 days later, God sent another warning.
If you do not let my people go, frogs will cover the land.
Aaron raised Moses' staff. Suddenly, frogs came from the river. They hopped into houses, they jumped into beds, they landed in cooking pots, they covered the streets. Imagine opening your door. Frogs. Lifting your blanket. Frogs. Looking inside your bowl. Frogs. Pharaoh finally called Moses.
Pray to Jehovah to take the frogs away. Then I will let the people go.
Moses prayed. The frogs died. The Egyptians piled them into huge heaps. The smell filled the land. But when the frogs were gone, Pharaoh changed his mind again. He refused. Then God told Aaron to strike the dust of the ground. When he did, the dust turned into gnats, tiny biting insects. They covered people, they covered animals, they filled the air. Even Pharaoh's own magic-practicing priests tried to copy this plague, but they could not. They told Pharaoh, "This is the finger of God." But Pharaoh would not listen. His heart was hard. And so the battle between Pharaoh's pride and God's power had begun. God had revealed his name, Jehovah, and now all Egypt would learn that his name was not empty. It carried power. The story was only beginning. Would Pharaoh finally let God's people go? The plagues were not over yet.